Hi, all. Before the show in Verma, Kansas City next week, we wanted to share one new thing from Wheelhouse. Would love to speak to a lot of you about it, but we call it In Context. It's something new, something fun from Team Wheelhouse. So, what is In Context? In Context is a new way to see your pricing strategy. And you might think this is a little bit strange for a team like Wheelhouse to say, but we actually believe there are many rational ways to price your portfolio. For example, sure, you might price against your market. However, you might also price against your comp set. Or you might have one competitor in your market that you're very focused on. It might be rational to price just against last year. That's a totally rational thing for folks to do. Or you might want to price against booking signals in your market. So where are bookings actually occurring? You might want to price against pricing signals. So how are other people priced near you, whether they're your competitors or not? You might want to price against a budget and your performance. So maybe you adjust prices whether you're exceeding or not exceeding your budget. Or you might want to choose a category such as luxury and just price against that. And guess what? We agree these are all rational strategies. So, in context is really your pricing, whatever strategy you want, versus your call. What do we mean by that? Here's in context versus your comparative set. In this case, what we're doing is we're showing our analysis of who you should be comparing prices to, and we're showing your pricing signal here. The blue line is your observed price on your calendar versus the 25th and 70th percentile, how people are priced near you. You might also have a competitive set. Now, you might know this or not, but you can build 3 comp sets on Wheelhouse, so you can actually come in and see your pricing against all of your competitors, right? These are competitors as defined by you. It could be that other property manager, it could be luxury, again, it could be a variety of potential competitors. But in this case, we're showing you your pricing versus your competitors. In context, as noted, could be your pricing versus last year. So in this case, we're showing you last year's prices, last year's booking, and your current prices all on the same calendar. Now, again, imagine being able to go to a new owner and illustrate your pricing strategy versus what they did last year. Pretty cool opportunity. This is your pricing versus Wheelhouse's booking signal. So if you know Wheelhouse, you know we have a reactive model that's always watching where bookings are occurring in your market. You can just see your pricing versus our booking signal and make adjustments. Similarly, you can see what pricing signal is. So how's your market pricing your property? How are properties near you pricing? This is a pricing signal, and Wheelhouse shows you that as well. In this case, in context is your pricing versus pricing signal. So let's do a quick demo of this live. Hi, all. Let's check out in context. I'm going to look at my screen over here. So this is the in context view. In this case, I'm on a sample listing on their settings page. And this blue line shows me current observed prices for this property. And every other one of these gray lines actually reflects a competitor's pricing. So in this case, I'm on the CompSet details page. However, you can see the different views you can easily toggle to. So for example, let's look at last year's pricing. I'm going to zoom in on these particular days because it's a fake listing. We only have 6 months of kind of fake booking data for this property. But in this case, you can see that you can see last year's prices. You can see last year's bookings as well. And it'd be very easy for you to evaluate how your pricing strategy this year looks relative to last year. Now, imagine communicating that to a new owner or an owner already in your portfolio. Super powerful. You can also say, well, let's see how our pricing is doing relative to a few aspects of the Wheelhouse pricing engine. So I'm going to turn off the reactive model impact, and I'm going to reset the zoom here. And what I want to do in this case is I want to see how my observed prices are different from what the reactive model or the bookings-based model is telling this listing to do. So in this case, Wheelhouse is observing bookings near this property. Again, you can see our recommendation, should we be in control of the pricing here, would be different. Now, you don't need to automate this to capture this revenue. You could go in and say, well, I'm going to trust Wheelhouse's booking model. I'm going to try raising prices 10% for these particular days. So you can see that just the booking-based model kind of turns from a data-driven engine into a data-informed pricing strategy. If you turn on the predictive model, we'll turn off the reactive model. Now you're seeing pricing signal, right? So this is how other people are priced near you. So you could actually say, well, Wheelhouse is seeing more bookings and nearby us prices have risen. So let's also adjust pricing. Great information for you, regardless of whether you're automating or not, to use the pricing engine. You could look at your comp set in aggregate. So we'll reset the zoom here. In this case, Wheelhouse is going to give you a zoomed kind of a view that will show you how's the 25th percentile, the 70th percentile, and everyone in between pricing, as well as you can see your observed pricing. So you might see that you have a custom rate here, and that your pricing is far above even the 75th percentile. Maybe that's more than you want to do. Summation, in context is a new way to see your ideal pricing strategy. That pricing strategy could be a pricing strategy versus your comp set, a single competitor. It could be against a category of supply such as luxury properties near you. It can be against booking signals, what Wheelhouse detects, or pricing signals, what we see in the market. It can even be tied to your performance, your budget. So in context is a powerful new way to see your pricing strategy against whatever you hope to achieve. We call it Wheelhouse in Context. It's something new, something fun from Wheelhouse. We're sure you'll have a million more ideas for how we can improve this and can't wait to hear them all. Thanks so much. Cheers.